You can
So,
start whenever you're ready.
Hello everyone. My name is Anastasios Gnome, working for the Myconian Collection Group, and I have the pleasure to be your presenter today for our lovely properties, all of them situated on the island of Mykonos. We'll have the opportunity to talk about the island, and of course, I will show you more about our properties. For those that haven't had the experience yet, and they haven't had the opportunity to travel to Greece or to the island of Mykonos, obviously the news are that at the moment the island is amongst the most favorite ones in the Mediterranean Sea. Of course, it's part of the Aegean Sea, but it's an island which is highly recognized all over the world right now. People, when they travel to the destination, they create memories, and they create memories of the images that you can see here. We just had the party rituals amongst the various beach clubs you can find around the island. Of course, nightlife is still vibrant, but with the beach clubs, you have this opportunity from early morning, and of course, it's the crystal blue waters, it's the climate, it's stunning views of the Aegean and the unique architecture. We have good news about the new airport. Of course, from the States, there's no direct connection to the island, but you should know that you can always use airports around Europe for direct connections. So not necessarily consider Mykonos as a destination where you have to follow the norm of the typical itinerary of Greece, which includes Santorini, Athens. Of course, I strongly recommend for those that have been to Greece, they're going to Greece for the first time, but it's a must. If you're planning to come back, it's definitely a situation where you can still find some fun in Europe. We have, I mentioned that earlier, we have a new airport, which is right in the center of the island. Most of the life, you find it usually in the south part, or whether it's southwest or southeast. There's nothing much on that part of the island. And on the map, you can see the locations of our properties. It's a small island, so do not consider that you have to cross long distances when you move around the island. From Mykonos down to Elia, which is one of the longest distances on the island, you need approximately 25 to 30 minutes. Then we have a hotel in Ornos Beach. This is the new upcoming property. It's open this May. We have the Ambassador in Platiselos, and on Elia Beach, we have 6 hotels, including the latest edition, which is the Panoptis Escape. And of course, in Mykonos town, there are 3 lovely properties there. Just to show you the size of the operation, last year we had welcomed around 250,000 people in our hotels. So we're talking about a very big operation, and we've been doing that for a long period of time. All our hotels, they're under the group. We operate hotels, we build the hotels as well, but also they are part of different affiliations, including leading, preferred, design, SLH, Relais Chateau. And each property, of course, gives you some characteristics which are representative of the brand, but also you should consider that apart from the affiliations, the service culture and the quality assurance is established. Now, this timeline shows you the dates, important dates for the group. So everything started back around 40 years ago. You can observe that from 2012 till 2022, we have been nonstop on building new hotels. It's a family-run business. The founder of the group started almost with nothing back in the 60s and 70s, and now his 4 sons have undertaken the brand, and they're moving very fast for the future and the next generation. When you think about Myconian Collection, please always consider that you will have an exceptional level of design. Every hotel has a different DNA. You see pictures of different hotels, and you will recognize that we have created unique concepts for each property. So that gives you the opportunity to provide several choices with different styles to your clients. You should always consider that food is exceptional, whether it's comfort food or great food, or you can do fine dining in the around 11 restaurants, fine dining restaurants we have in the group. We work with chefs that they have been loyal to us for a long period of time. So that gives you safety over this part of the experience. On the wellness, we work with two spa brands. Your guests have the opportunity to choose from LMS or Sunbath products. Of course, the treatments that are available on the spa areas are designed from these two products. Pool life, whether it's the main pool of the hotel, which is you should always consider that our properties feature the largest the main pools amongst other properties on the island. And when you book a room with a private pool, whether it's a guest room or a suite or a villa, you should always consider that the minimum size of the wet area on the pool is around 150 square feet. So that's the minimum size. Of course, 3 of the 4 locations I described earlier are on the beach, which means that your guests have access to water, and they have access on 2 of the 4 locations on a private beach club, which is supervised, managed by our group. So when you stay in Hornos, in the new property that we are featuring, we will feature soon there, or you stay on Elia Beach, where we have 6 hotels, your guests have the opportunity to use the services on the beach. Events, we are specialists on this area. We do a lot of mass events, but I understand this part is not necessarily, don't necessarily have main interest. Experiences, do not consider that Mykonos is only for the party life or for the entertainment in the beach clubs. Mykonos is more than this. It's Delos. It's a neighboring island, a sacred island, the birthplace of Apollo and Artemis, actually, which is a beautiful ancient town that you can walk through the town, and we can organize day tours, and of course, apart from that, whether it's scuba diving, whether it's water sports, whether it's experiences within the properties, you can definitely get that. Now, last but not least, we are very proud about the people working within the group. We are a very loyal team to the ownership. We have great appreciation of our relationship with the owners and, of course, with the region. So most of the people you see in the pictures are people that even they're young in age, they are working with the group for over 10 years. Now we will start with a more detailed description of the locations. We'll start first with the Yab Beach, because this is the majority of our hotels portfolio location. This is the longest beach on the island, so it's a mile-long beach. You see one picture which shows you a panoramic image which shows you one part of our beach club. You can see the waters, and on this image you can see the location and the position of the properties up on the hill. Imagine that these properties are nested into the hillside. There are actually 5 properties here. I know it's hard to differentiate which is which one, but because all of them are white buildings, but I can tell you that you see 5 hotels here, and the 6th one, which opened last year, is up on the hill. These properties are nestled into the hillside. So when you're looking outside of the property, you're overlooking you see beautiful views from the area. Crystal blue waters. It's something that you would expect. Now, the first property on the area is the Royal Myconian, opened around 22 years ago. It's a member with Leading Hotels for the World. This is a great value for the price you pay. Actually, you get prices that you would find in the lower star category on the island. But the reason is that we have a huge inventory, so we have to be very competitive on our pricing. Royal and Imperial are neighboring properties next to each other. As you will see from the images, they're completely different, although they have one common element, which are the rooms. Both hotels, they have the same room types and the same styles. Um, each property has about 3 restaurants with fine dining choices from Japanese fusion up to quick Mediterranean. Villa Collection is the third choice, is part of Preferred with Legend, which is a top tier of Preferred. This is a property which was built representing the new era for the group back in 2012. We continuously upgrade the property with one of the latest um, additions were the fact that we completely refurnished all the public areas of the hotel, and we added the first waterproofed velvet sunsets in the wall around the whole deck. The property features guest rooms, suites, and villas within a five-star hotel environment. So your guests will have access to the facilities of the hotel and the service of the hotel, but at the same time, they can go from a one-bedroom villa up to a six-bedroom and several other accommodation types, including guest rooms. Utopia, this is a favorite amongst people that they are celebrating a special occasion. It's very popular for honeymooners, for anniversaries, for people that they want to, a couple that wants to celebrate a special occasion. So please consider this as a great choice for this profile of guests. At the same time, what makes the hotel very different is that almost every piece of furniture within the hotel has been customly built, created just for this property. Avaton, this is for the younger crowd. It's a property which it looks like it has the atmosphere of a W hotel, and it's a property which is it has several accommodation types, several restaurants like the other properties. There are a lot of interesting elements, like possibly one of the first hotels on the island with underwater fiber lighting installed on the ground of the pool, so it gives you the effect at night. Now, last but not least, in that area, we have Panoptic's Escape. This is the latest Marvel, crafted by Myconian collection. It has 21 villa units. 11 of those are with, 17 of those are with private pools. Other villas from 1 up to 3 bedrooms. They have spacious areas, whether it's the indoor part of the unit or the outdoor part. You are expecting minimum size on the wet area of the pool for around 350 square feet. I know it sounds like a private sea, and actually around the pool deck of each unit you have sand. So it's actually the feeling of being on a beach, but on the top of the hill with the best views. Before we leave the area, I need to highlight that guests have the opportunity to dine around and spa around and sign privileges to their rooms. They can go to the beach using the beach shuttle, and there is a shuttle to Mykonos town which operates at interval hours within the day and the night. And with this service, by using the shuttle service to Mykonos town, you can be in Mykonos town within 25 minutes. Now, we move closer to Mykonos town. We are taking you to Patizelos. This is another beach location. Over there, we have a property in Myconian investor. We don't have we don't have a private beach section. We have guests can organize sunsets with the concierge during the day. Now, if your guests are looking for the typical white and blue, the first image we have about Greece, this hotel will serve the need. It has it has been beautifully decorated back in 2016, but it's more mild for the eye. Now, location-wise, you should remember, if your guests are interested to have a walking distance from famous beach clubs, such as Scorpios and Amos, the hotel will be able to offer this option because it's on a location which is between Scorpios and Amos, the two most famous beach clubs. And of course, just 100 meters away from the hotel, you have Platislavos Bay, which is another beach with several smaller beach clubs that your guests can use for spending the day. Now we're going to Mykonos town. Mykonos town is the highlight for the island. So when your guests are going there, they will definitely spend 1 or 2 nights in the area. You get amazing shopping. You get restaurants. You get either international restaurants or the finest ones coming from Athens over the summer. It's the area with the whitewashed houses. It's full of small, narrow streets. It's a pedestrian area, and you can easily get lost. But it's a beautiful spots to explore and to spend the night or even the day. Now, approximately, let's say, 10 minutes by foot, you get access to 3 of our properties there. They're located on the top of a hill overlooking the horizon, the sea, and the town. So we have Ferrari, which is the first choice. Then you have Kima, which has more direct views to the town. And actually, on this picture, you can see the windmills. And then this is Kima. It's a member of design hotels. Again, it's a more mild approach in the design. So you don't see the extrinsic elements that you find on the other properties. And the last one in the area is Naya, which is only 18 suites. It's an adults only property. So it's a perfect choice, again, mainly for couples traveling when they want to spend some private time. Even the hotel has only 18 suites. I can assure you that on the public areas, it's very, very spacious. And of course, about the new era, which is slightly difficult to say that it's the new era because most of our hotels are either renovated or built within the last 10 years. We have the latest property in a location which is very close to the town. It's only 2 miles away from Mykonos town, and it's the first beach location which attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors every summer. And in that location, on that part, as you can see on the picture and I'm highlighting right now, we are building a new property. This is an older image, so it doesn't show you necessarily the new construction. This will be a beachfront hotel, which means that your guests will be coming out from the rooms and they can easily walk out on the beach. There will be sand around the main pool of the hotel, and so there will be a lot of wow elements. That's one of the reasons why we named the hotel as a pool, because it gives you a surprise. And sadly, we have very few images from the rooms, well, nothing from the public areas, but this is a picture which shows you the entry-level room type, which can be given with private pool. So as you can imagine, you're expecting this design within the property, this interior style, and it comes with 2 different versions. Secret lighting creates the atmosphere. It's the use of the materials such as wood and stone, which makes the property look more earthy. And around the rooms, around the pools, we have planted a lot of pine trees, a lot of trees. So we can create the experience of an oasis. So reception desk, how it will look like. And we're heading to another property still without a name, but it's coming soon, next year in May. This will be a smaller property with 35 villas, 2-bedroom stores, and I'm sorry, 2 stores, each villa with a private pool and a private area, a private outdoor area for the guests. And while the main area, the meeting point for the guests will be on this pool, and this pool has the best views of Mykonos town. You can see Mykonos town from the back. You can watch amazing sunsets from the area. You can also have a view of Delos Island. So this is another great location. So these are the 11 hotels plus the one which is coming next year. All will be ready this year. And I've open to any questions. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And Johnny, you want to take the lead?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for the presentation. And I'm looking forward to that new property coming soon. And the O opens again, is that May?
May 2022 this year.
Okay, awesome.
It's almost ready. We within the next 4 or 5 weeks we'll get the first images from the public areas. So of course I will be able to update you with those images.
Okay, perfect. And I do believe we have a few questions. So you guys feel free to ask Anastasios while he's here.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since you've got so many properties, like what is your favorite? Because I find it sometimes difficult to sort of recommend one above the other. I mean, they all awesome. So what is your personal favorite?
It's like always like to, I'm making fun saying that, it's difficult to say which is my favorite child. I love them all of them.
Yeah, which is your favorite child?
He hates this question.
I was hard to say.
Well, okay, your top 3, let's say, if you were just whatever.
I'll be honest. Is it Connie? On the
yes.
Okay,
yes.
Connie. Look, Connie, the truth is that, there's a situation which if I give you my favorites, you will make the assessment that those favorites are the best hotels within the group. Yeah. So the reason why we created unique concepts was to create people's, for people to have different preferences. Okay. So based on my personal style, I have my favorites within the group, but that doesn't necessarily mean that these are the favorites from the clients. But also, sometimes when I do farm trips in the summer, I like to have a long table of 10, 12 people around me. And the last day when we discuss about their favorites, it's fun to see that almost every person has a different hotel preference and then what's your own preference, it's not necessarily reflecting your client's preference.
That's true.
Yeah. So now just to make things simple, because I understand you want to make things simple and you want to have, let's say, 3-4 hotels that you will concentrate all your efforts. So what I would do is the following. I would just first do a short list based on the fact that if the guest wants to stay in town or they wants to be in a beach location, as long as you do that, you immediately separate the town properties from the other properties or vice versa. Then you want to ask your clients whether they want to be close to the town or they prefer to be slightly outside. So by doing that, then you come up to a pool of hotels and then you let them choose based on their personal taste. There are also hotels that certain age groups are more affluent with, and there are other hotels that are, for younger crowds or young in heart. So I know it's difficult, but I've recently created. I will set that share this with Johnny, I guess that you can share with the team. I created a fact sheet, and it says it has for each property has a short description, say perfect for. So it gives you a very good understanding which hotel you should choose and what's the right choice for the client that you have on the phone or right in front of you.
Okay, excellent. And then the audio was a little rough, so I just want to make sure.
John, but I don't know why.
But the transfers are included in any property that we sell to and from the airport, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The port and the airport.
Airport and port.
Oh, port. Okay.
The airport, both. Yes.
Okay. And
it's
round trip,
a huge operation from us. Yes, there are luxury coaches. There are 12 seats or 8 seats, depending what the type. There are always Mercedes. We just bought like 10 nice new coaches, like latest Mercedes models. And so people are, when they arrive on the port or on the airport, the first impression is always very important. So we understand that, and that's why we offer an excellent service there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi,
Any other
Anastasio.
questions?
Yes,
Yes.
this is Alex. Nice to see
Thank you,
you
Alex.
again. It was nice having you at the
Good
trade
to
show.
virtually
And
see you right now.
yeah. Couple questions from me. And thank you for going through that beautiful presentation. And I remember during the trade show, just looking at, the style, the design, the vibe. It's just absolutely beautiful. So we'll have many happy clients, I think, coming to visit.
There are only happy clients with us. I can assure you about that.
Question about and to kind of tag on to Connie's question there, like say somebody wanted a 1-bedroom suite. Of all the properties during the high season, which property would have kind of the highest ADR? That's one question that I have.
All right, now this is a good point. So I can give you that information in the sense that it's not really affecting the truth, but every hotel is having premium categories, so they're priced highly, but those that they are the most expensive ones within the group are the Villa Collection, Utopia, the Panoptis Escape, Ambassador, and Coralie. These are the most expensive ones within the group. Even they are located around other properties, they are having a different price structure, and they are targeting for let's say, for people that they can spend more. So, but that doesn't mean, then that's always hard to explain, but it's only when you experience the hotels yourself, you can be certain. That doesn't mean that the other hotels are, you get less quality, less detail, less attention to detail. So, even if you're staying at Royal Imperial, which are the least expensive ones in the group, still you get an amazing offer. Now, if you are maniac with super detailing and you want everything to be like 110% perfect, yes, possibly the hotel that they have a different price structure will be meeting the expectations, would meet these expectations.
Super. And on top of that, can you talk a bit about the service, like particularly like if somebody's booking one of the premium categories in any of the in the collection, what type of kind of VIP services would be included?
Yeah. Look, I have to be very clear here on the fact that whether you book a standard room or you book a larger room type or a suite or a villa, of course, for the higher categories, there's, let's say, more personalized attention by several members of the team. But overall, you get the same level of service, whether you book a simple room or you book the highest category, which if you, I don't want you to understand that we don't do things for the VIP guests, but all I'm saying is that like you get the same perfection in service, whether you book the standard room, you get the same attention. You get this, now, let's say when you book a villa or a suite, obviously you have, it's like you have different welcome by the head of the concierge. Then within the room, you will have champagne with a platter of miniatis and canapes. So slightly different from the welcome amenity you get when you arrive on the property for a standard guest room. And of course, during the days of the event, there's members of the management that they will try to create a contact with the clients, so we make sure that everything's perfect. But overall, and this is our mentality, and I hate when I go to hotels when if I haven't booked a beautiful suite or wherever, they don't care about me. It's like I'm another guest. We care for all our guests equally, whether the guest is paying $200 or 20 grand per night. We care the same way, and this is so appreciated by the clients, and they understand that. So on this part, you should consider that the service is flawless, whether it's a standard room or a larger room type. I know possibly this is not the answer you were expecting, but this is an honest attempt to give you an answer.
Oh, that's great, Anastasios. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
final question, what is the kind of typical length of stay in Mykonos specifically? And do you find that people split their time between multiple Myconian properties?
Okay. Now, look, because we're talking about the American market, usually they tend to stay for 3 or 4 nights because they want to see more things during the travel. But the Europeans, especially during the summer months, the hot summer months, they will do holidays there. So they would spend, let's say, 10 or 15 days. So it depends. What's the purpose of travel? I mean, whether if it's like part of an itinerary where you have to see everything, 3 or 4 nights are fine. Now, the other thing which you mentioned, I personally don't recommend that because the distance between the hotels is short. So I don't find any reason to pack and pack during your stay in order to experience another hotel with the group, which is fine, but still you will lose time in between. So you don't want that. So if you want just to go to Mykonos town and you're staying in Elia, which is further out, still you need 20, 25 minutes. That's not a long distance. And then if you want to move around the island, it's easy. There are several companies, private companies that they are operating taxis and private transfers. So it's very easy to move around.
Okay, great. That's all for
Yeah.
me.
Now,
Thank
if
you
you're
so
staying for a month, yeah, some people do, and they will split, let's say, their stay between some of our properties, but that's not, let's say, that's not common.
much. Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. So any other questions? I'm here. I'm all
Yeah, we
yours.
have about 2 minutes before we get kicked off of my Zoom. So if anyone has any questions, just let Anastasios know. But if not, I'll send his email out if you don't mind. And then everyone can just reach out individually.
Exactly. You can always reach out to me. I have all the answers. You can ask me about shortlisting of properties when you don't know which one to select. In that case, if you give me some information for the profile of the guest, I can easily go and give you several choices.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Awesome. All
So
right.
thanks so much.
Thank you,
It's
everybody.
Good to
Thank you, Anastasios.
see you, everyone, after a week before. It was like a week before. Yeah. So I hope to see you again, not
Awesome.
virtually, but physically. So thank you
Bye,
very much.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.